beautiful fall afternoon in the state of Texas. The roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. They begin the drive with Williams. They'll get this to the 24, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were strong last week, CD, and that win over New England.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And the rest of their team last week, some plays like we just saw, some incompletions. It's key to bring that to the and the same thing happens this time, too. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. There's Wilson to throw. Forced out to his left. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. All the talk when Russell Wilson came into the league about his height, his big defensive lineman, can he get the ball over? Hey, you get him outside the pocket like that, doesn't really matter.
No, it really doesn't, and you're exactly right. Many people dinged him for that and said, how's he going to see over NFL linemen? He never did, right? At whatever level, he saw through them and found pockets and windows to throw the football. But as you noted, when he's outside the pocket and his vision is totally clear, oh, look out, because he's going to find someone downfield, as we just saw there.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 24. Play fake, Mills. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So they gave up the big play on the touchdown in the first drive, Charles, and now they were looking for a big play of their own. Instead, they throw the interception.
And, Brandon, they came right out and went for it, trying to push the ball downfield. But remember, the other side ran a few plays before their big one, so they got a little impatient there, and it cost them.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't throw it.
It was a touchdown. Incompletions on the first two throws.
They face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Wilson. Dancing to his left. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Taken from about the 12. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're in an early hole. First drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mills now. Looking deep for Elliott. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Texans are back within a score. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, rested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull back the game.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did earlier this week. You talked about being physical, getting that. Sometimes being physical and just being on the spot and hoping for a incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. They take their shot. It's going to be his first play will come from inside his own end zone. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential play? He rifles one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over here up near the 40.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Play action now. Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Christian Harris racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 15. Wilson. Completes a pass to Judy on the crossing pattern. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. They're going for Hubbard, but this is intercepted. There he goes, right side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans team. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you,
he's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Under a minute to go, clock running and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust. 10.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Pat Surtain up to make the play. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
From the 29, Mills completes it to the fullback, Ham. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. These two teams all tied after one. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off the play fake, Mills. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now on 2nd and 16. Wilson buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Now that's good decision making right there. Understood down in distance. Williams on 3rd down. And he's taking an opportunity to run the first down. Good job throwing it in. Interception.
Broncos on 3rd down. And they're okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Wilson will throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. 4th down now coming. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taken from about the 12. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Wilson. This is caught by Williams. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Wilson. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They try the left side here with Williams. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Williams. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage.
He needs right now a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to try to hold a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mills. Being chased out left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss?
I think this is a free play for Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. Now it's Wilson. This is Hamler on the receiving end. Now the Broncos are going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
14.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That's a recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so just threw it away. The throw was reset and chose something different.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. They're going for Hubbard, but this is intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They can certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
Another try after the first down sack. Mills. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
3rd and long for Mills. Eluding the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Mills able to make something out of it and pick up the first down with his legs. They'll set up to throw. Past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the 2nd half. Taken from about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
On second down, here's Pierce. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down. On play action, Mills. They'll roll him out right. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On third down, here's Mills. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try.
On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. From the 24, Wilson. His throw incomplete.
Oh, man.
There's Wilson to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. Very tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
A 57-yard punt, 11 on the return. And the Texans will take over.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker can nail it from up the distance? The bad part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much when you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. It's inside the 15-yard line. Two plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
That was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
And he's
he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10.
I think a major focus at the halftime needs to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Seems like that line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Mills now. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Play action. Now Wilson finds his tag with Ingram. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That's a staple of this offense. Drag routes and tight end.
They're able to use the sides to break up much more yardage after the catch. It's still an effective game, nonetheless.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play fake. Mills. Looking right sideline. That's complete. It's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the
If you give those linebackers a freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Damian Pierce, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have scored again in this 3rd quarter. This time to move out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. They need their best drive of the game right here. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that is incomplete here. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, but I'm going to use one of those overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
We gain 5, and it'll be second down. Here's Pierce on the counter, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. That last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but the defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Tackled by Jonathan Grenard.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back. He's trailing in the second half. Last 7 minutes to lose the possession.
I think that here's opportunity because if they've been last, they have a chance to score points. The opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
The Cubs were just saying right there on 3rd down. Good defense. Breaking in the field with extra defensive edge and speed. Now able to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taken from just outside the 30. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Mills. That's taken in by Higgins. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Mills to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out when they punted the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Wilson to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's intercepted yet again. And that could be the backbreaker. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, we'll likely put an end to this thing. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Mills looking to throw it.
Looking downfield. It's caught right side. He's got his man. That is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Again, the 22. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Damian Pierce, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they run to get it further here in the 4th quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And this will be a return from deep in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
What's going on, guys? Just crash.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
And everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you. An interception's result. So, frankly,
He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
with no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition. Work in the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing confidence with that right now. These are the passing games on offense, and the defense is taking advantage. That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.